Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of William Hornby saying don't congratulate somebody's weight loss. They might have lost weight in an unhealthy way. We're also going to be taking a look at a couple of bonus clips from this same creator. We haven't checked in with William in a while, so I figured it was high time. Been a while since we checked in with William. 1,000-yard stare. It's been a while. Oh yeah, by the way, I recently did a cover of 7 Rings from Ariana Grande on my guitar, and I uploaded it to Instagram. Here's a link. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
Why shouldn't I congratulate people on reaching their weight loss goals? Well, quite frankly, because you don't know how they lost the weight. But what if I know that they're doing it healthily? How do you know that?
What? How do you know that? Alright, before we continue, let's pay attention to how many times this dude blinks. Let's put a blink counter up on the screen. Thank you.
Because they told me? Okay, so not to accuse the people in your life of being liars, but people aren't always reliable narrators when they relay how they're losing weight.
Automatically assume that all of my friends are liars. Check. Way ahead of you.
I know they're not lying, though. Do you spend every hour with them 24/7?
What? Of course I've been monitoring them 24/7. That's what a good friend does. A good friend will stalk you a little bit. How else do you know that they care, bro?
And are you awake the entire 24 hours?
What? Okay, so we can congratulate people's weight loss if we hang out with them for a few weeks and monitor them 24/7 during the weight loss process to make sure that they're not doing any of it in an unhealthy manner. Unhealthy by your standards. Okay.
Obviously I'm not, so get on with it. Well, there you go. You are not always there to attentively bear witness to how they're approaching their weight loss.
You can't just give your friend the benefit of the doubt. They lost weight. You're like, hey man, looking good. You automatically assume it might have been in an unhealthy way.
You don't know that it's healthy. I can't tell you how many people
Are you going to blink at any point during this?
claim to be losing weight healthily and later get diagnosed with eating disorders.
Yeah, people can lie, but you probably shouldn't assume that they are right out the gate every single time, especially if they are your friend. I assume that all strangers are lying to me, especially if they have something to gain. But my friends? Nah, I expect them to lie too, honestly.
Huh? People with eating disorders are famously horrible judges of how healthy they're eating. Many would not be capable of telling you or themselves the truth about how they're losing weight. Well, what should I say instead if they ask me about it? If they ask, tell them you don't want to comment on their weight or anyone else's weight. And
are you sure I have to do it your way? I can't just speak how I want to speak, William? If you're not going to blink, I mean, you're kind of scaring me a little bit.
that you love them and appreciate them no matter what their size is.
Okay, so you can't give your friends compliments.
And I can't tell them I'm proud of them for achieving their goals?
That is correct. That would be dangerous or something.
You almost definitely don't have enough information to know if you're encouraging a dangerous approach.
When I see somebody that's lost weight, I don't assume that they did it in the best way, like a way that I would recommend. They might have done it this, that, or the other way because there are many different paths to take to reach the same goal. But I wouldn't automatically assume that they lost the weight because they have an ED.
Them reaching their goals, so I'd say you probably shouldn't.
Alright, so that was completely insane. It seems like William can only view the world through his own lens. I have these type of issues, so surely they're very prevalent. Personally, I think the majority of the time if somebody loses weight, they probably did not have an ED. So you withholding praise from them is kind of just being a jerk. Next.
Why can't I tell my friend that recently lost weight that she looks gorgeous?
Because then she might start to get all confident and start believing in herself. We can't have that. Dude, the last thing we need is for Susan to start getting all uppity because she started believing in herself. God, that's annoying.
Depends. Did you ever tell her she looked gorgeous before she lost weight?
No. No, I didn't. So we shouldn't compliment somebody for their weight loss unless we also would compliment them for weight gain?
I don't know that I've ever used that exact word. Here's the thing, if you've always called your friend gorgeous, then there's no reason to stop because your friend lost weight. Okay, but if
Maybe this person didn't think she was gorgeous until she lost the weight.
you've never described your friend as gorgeous before, and then you do after she's lost weight, she's gonna take that as a compliment on her weight loss.
Yeah, I was complimenting the weight loss, actually.
Not on you thinking that she's a gorgeous person.
Right, I was complimenting the weight loss. I wasn't complimenting her character as a human being. I don't really know Susan that deep, honestly. Everyone has a different opinion on what they think is attractive. For the vast, vast majority of the population, obesity is not attractive. There are certain people that have a propensity for people living in a larger body, but those are a very small group of people. Ironically, they are very small most of the time as well, right? That tall, super skinny dude who's into the larger ladies. It's a stereotype. It's really weird to try to like flip it around and be like, you don't think that her character was beautiful? You're only complimenting the weight loss?
And is that such a bad thing? Quite frankly, yeah, because commenting on somebody's weight changes, even subliminally, can be really harmful.
How do you comment on somebody's weight loss subliminally?
But it's just a compliment.
If you get harmed by compliments, then that's a you problem. Unless it's a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, one that you never gave her before she lost weight.
Yeah, because I didn't think she looked gorgeous before she lost weight. By the way, this isn't something that I would do. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
The message she's gonna receive is that she is now more gorgeous, or finally classifiably gorgeous, because she lost weight. But that's not my intention. Impact over intent.
Impact over intent. Actually, no, your intentions matter a lot. If I accidentally offend somebody, that was an accident. I intended to not offend them, so my heart was in the right place, which matters.
Your friend is going to walk away from this conversation thinking that you think she's worth more because she takes up less space.
Well, clearly she thought that she would be worth more if she took up less space as well, because she lost weight. So you and the friend are on the same page here. She's like, you know what? I should lose weight. And then the person giving the compliment is like, you know what? You look gorgeous because you lost weight. Both people should be pretty happy with this situation.
And that's pretty screwed up. I guess you're right.
No. I like that he's now graduated to Hawaiian shirts instead of the old robes. Although he did have many different colored robes. As many as Joseph in the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Anybody remember that? Anybody as old as me?
Compliment your friends, but make sure the compliment is in their best interest. Anything that they might even receive as a compliment on weight loss is not.
Unless they were trying to lose weight, then when you say, hey, you look good because you lost weight, they'll be like, oh, thank you. That's exactly what I was trying to do. All right, so that was completely insane. That's all I'm going to say after every single one. All right, so that was insane. Next.
Well, this sure has been fun, but I really need to get to the gym and work this brunch off. Oh? I don't really see any reason why you need to. The food was great. Yeah, but I gotta work it off so I don't feel guilty about it later. No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that you don't have to justify brunch to me by saying you're gonna exercise afterwards. It's totally okay if you don't.
I'm going to have to agree with William on this one, and it's also silly to try to work off the food that you just ate. Or to try to work off anything, really. To try to create a caloric deficit through exercise is very silly. You can't outrun a bad diet. Doing 30 minutes of high-intensity interval training won't even burn off one donut. The purpose of cardio is to strengthen the heart and lungs and build your endurance.
Are you telling me not to exercise?
Yes. If you exercise, it's going to make me feel all kinds of ways. And are you going to blink for the love of God?
Not necessarily. I guess I'm just inviting you to consider why you move the way that you do.
I'm inviting you to consider the way that you're thinking about this whole situation.
Okay, invitation accepted. I guess I'm doing it for my health. Okay, let's examine that a little deeper. How do you know it's helping with your health? Well, I want to maintain this weight, so I have to exercise when I have brunch.
It's funny to think that food gives you instant energy and you're gonna go use that energy in the gym immediately after you eat. Most of the food you consume and digest will be broken down into glucose within 1 to 2 hours after consumption. There are other foods that hit the bloodstream a lot quicker, like simple carbs and sugar and stuff, but you're not gonna wanna be eating that type of stuff right before you go work out.
Well, exercising after brunch isn't really going to help you maintain this weight. And
I agree.
Maintaining this weight probably doesn't actually matter all that much anyway, but that's a different conversation. I guess what I really want to ask you is, do you enjoy it? Hell no! Who enjoys going to the gym after brunch?
Well, when your stomach is all full of food, dude, the last thing you want to do is go work out. I don't like to work out after a big meal anyway. I feel all sluggish. I feel like a lot of my blood that could be in my muscles is in my digestive system.
Probably very few people, and I'm just saying that if you're not one of the people who enjoy it, you probably shouldn't.
If you don't like working out, then what are you doing?
So no one should go to the gym after brunch?
No one should go to the gym ever again, William. Okay?
No, you should not exercise after brunch because you just said that you don't enjoy it. Exercising should always feel good and be something that you enjoy.
For the most part. Sometimes you don't really want to jog, you know? You start and you're like, God, this sucks. But you just keep going and eventually you get used to it. You don't just skip out on every single thing in life that you don't enjoy. Otherwise, nobody would go to work, ever, and all of society would collapse.
If you're not going to enjoy it, you don't have to do it for social or moral reasons.
Nah, they did it because they thought they were burning off the food. Which was foolish, but that wasn't really a social or moral reason.
Maybe I will skip the gym. Maybe I'll, crack open that book I've been meaning to read and take a...
Dude, quit being so easily swayed by William's arguments. Get to the gym immediately. Do the opposite of whatever he tells you. And just start blinking, just to stick it to him. If you tried to lecture me on my gym habits, I would just look you dead in the eyes and do this. You see this? You can do this too. It's free.
Bath and read that instead. If that's the thing you'd rather be doing and you have the option, then that's absolutely what you should do instead.
Okay, so screw the gym, go read a book in the bathtub.
Prioritize your joy whenever you can.
Pursuing joy should not be the main focus of your life.
The world is really dark right now, and joy is what we all deserve. So pursue it.
No. I don't want to pursue joy. I don't like joy. It pisses me off. I just want to sit here and be bitter and judge everybody else. Is that so bad? No, I'm just kidding, but we need to have a healthy balance. You can't just go around pursuing joy all the time. That's what junkies do. Next.
Well, it's over. I have officially failed at all of my New Year's resolutions. Write it on my forehead. Failure.
You did. Get out. Get the hell out right now. I will not associate with people who have not maintained their New Year's resolutions. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't care. Yeah, you got a little bit of editing on this video. Very nice.
Okay, so no. To be very, very clear, you are not a failure.
I'm not. I can do something with my life, William? Are you sure? My parents said I'm a failure.
New Year's resolutions are rarely achievable because of the way we've all been taught to approach them. What do you mean by that? Well, the most common New Year's resolutions are often tied to dieting and weight loss. That's why Planet Fitness literally sponsors the Times Square coverage. Sure. And those resolutions are often impossible for 95 to 97% of people long term.
Where the hell are you getting this from now? I heard the statistic before that like 95% of diets fail or whatever, and now you're saying 95% of New Year's resolutions fail. What is it with you guys in this 95% that you keep pulling out of your rear end?
So we're already used to our resolutions going poorly and feeling generally bad about ourselves.
Dude, blink once, for the love of God.
I can relate to that, yeah. So in general, we tend to take an all or nothing approach to our New Year's resolutions that makes us quit them if we can't maintain a tight streak of behavior, even when the end goal is actually achievable. Come again? Let's say you want to read every day, and maybe you do for the first 5 days of the year. Okay.
That's me. That's me right there. Okay. Is there a point to any of this?
But you miss the 6th day, and if you view that as an all or nothing failure, you might not read again this year.
I wasn't planning on reading all year, bro, so this doesn't bother me. But yeah, that would be silly to just give up on all your resolutions because you went one day without reading or whatever. I understand the point that he's trying to make. Don't do an all or nothing approach.
Whereas, if you set an intention to read more and grant yourself grace, if you don't or can't, you won't come down so hard on yourself and maybe you actually will read more.
Well, if you don't achieve your goals or whatever, you don't have to be that hard on yourself. Stay focused on getting back on track, not on beating yourself up.
That's a good point. Your year is made up of moments and days. Take it moment by moment and try to never write it off as bad.
Are there any other shortcomings that I have that I shouldn't feel bad about? This movement, as well as many other movements these days, are just like, don't feel bad about anything. Ever. Do whatever makes you feel good 100% of the time without any thought about what might happen in the future. This reminds me of that episode of The Simpsons where Bart got everybody to just start doing whatever they want. It's the do as you feel boy, or whatever the hell.
And most importantly, you are not a failure.
Psh, you don't know how bad I've failed, bro. Stop.
You deserve much more than that, always.
No, I don't. I don't deserve anything. I'm awful. All right. Stop trying to encourage me. God. So all the terrible things that I've done are not terrible. I'm fine. I'm good to go, baby. This is good to hear. I will continue to do terrible things. Do you agree that we shouldn't congratulate people on their weight loss because they might have lost it in an unhealthy way? Do you think that we should monitor our friends 24/7 to make sure they're doing things in a healthy way? I do. If you were my friend, I'd be watching you like a hawk, man. You are not getting out of my sight, friend. That's just what friendship entails. And I wouldn't blink either. I've given up on it. Should we give ourselves grace if we don't achieve our New Year's resolutions? On that one, I say just don't make them all strict and crazy to begin with, right? Like, if I go one day without going to the gym, I'm never going to the gym again after that. Don't do that. So I guess I kind of agree on that one. So what do you think? Leave a comment below. Happy Friday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.